Hello everyone, Yabanda here. In today's video I will show a high security lock from Australia. It is BiLock. However, this is not the usual BiLock that is available in retail, but BiLock A.S.I.O, which is a lock used by the Australian Security Intelligence Organization, which is Australia's national security agency, and it is a part of the Australian intelligence community, and is comparable to the American FBI or British MI5. Alright, this lock, this is a cam lock. It has 12 pins in 2 rows and 13 pin interactive pin on the front in the middle of the keyway here. Basically, there are two big differences between this type of BiLock and regular BiLock. The first difference is that the pins in the 2 rows are not parallel, as you can see on the key. The pin in the left row is closest to the QA, while the pin in the right row is a bit further away. This is a protection mainly against unauthorized copying of the key by a locksmith who is not authorized for this model of a lock. The other big difference is that each pin has 2 false gates, while in regular BiLock each pin had 1 false gate. We'll get to the guts in a moment, and I will talk about the principle of this lock. So here we see all the guts from BiLock A.S.I.O. Let's start with the pins. As you can see, they look very similar to the classic pins used by in BiLock, except that we have 2 false gates on each of the pins used in ASIO. So here we have this pin, as you can see, true gate is on the middle. On the top and on the bottom of the pin we have 2 false gates, and here we have true gate on the top and 2 false gates on the bottom of the pin, bottom part. Here we have third combination. We have true gate on the bottom and 2 false gates on the top of the pin. Alright, I have to say that the false gates are very effective, and with a bad pin setting, the out of the false gate can end up dropping most of the already set pins. A few words about the feedback. It is very characteristic and subtle. Pins behave as tapered, so the general rule is that after setting the next one, we check and correct the other other pins that we set earlier. When a pin is set in the true gate, we can hear it by moving pick back and forth over it. Then we will hear the characteristic rattling sound. Alright, an interactive pin. It is a simply classic pin that must be lifted when it starts to pine. If then lift this bar, which is a extra locking element, lock will be open. Right, now let's see the housing of this lock. As you can see, on both sides we have two grooves for the sidebar and third groove slightly lower on the right side at 4 o'clock. This additional groove will block the right sidebar if we try to open the lock without key towards to the clockwise direction. Then you have to pick all the pins in the right row again for full open this lock. Okay, and there is another groove in this BiLock A.S.I.O. is the one in the middle of the housing, this one. And it is for the two ball bearings, which allows to remove the core from the housing only in specified positioning. I have removed these ball bearings because getting this lock after picking was really annoying, and they are not necessary in a locksport. Okay, one more thing, take a look. If you have a cam lock format, you can always open it only one way. If you want to change this, you need to turn over this washer, which is in the back of the lock. This way you can use your cam lock in both directions. So let's take a look. Here we have some element from the housing, and this wafer now allows us to turn our lock only in counterclockwise direction. But if we turn around like that, now we can turn only in the clockwise. Yeah, that is a little addition. Alright, and always remember that when you picking and you work on BiLock, no matter what model, always put the tensioner tension in the groove opposite the tensioning direction. So if you want to pick, if you made to pick in the clockwise direction, you Mm, Always put your tensioner on the left groove on the keyway. If you pick into the counterclockwise direction, you can put your tensioner only on the right groove, because when in the other case, when you tension clockwise, right, that I don't have a tensioner at this moment, but it will be looks like that. When you pick the clockwise and you put the tensioner here, you will create a lever that can break out this centerpiece. Um, this this was happened some of the lock pickers, so really watch out of this. So when you pick the clockwise, only always put your tension on the left groove. When you pick counterclockwise, on the right groove. In other case, you're creating a lever, which is a distracting thing for this tap on the middle of the keyway. Alright, I think that will be all. Let's take a look for the sidebars. It's nothing special, just sidebars. Okay, so let's pick this lock. So BiLock A.S.I.O is in the device. So let's pick this lock. side was not set, and we have open, and now lock is locked again because the right sidebar is stuck on the second groove on the right side of the core. But to full open this lock, you have to pick again the right sidebar, and lock will be open. So now let's get this lock. One sidebar and second sidebar. Now an interactive pin. Okay, springs are out. So number one. And number one from the second row. Number two. And number two from the second row. Number three. And the three from the left side. Number four. Sorry. Right. Number five. Number six. that was the BiLock A.S.I.O. Very cool and fun lock. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please leave it in comments, or find me on Discord, on Facebook, on Instagram. See you around, take care, be good, and cheers.